Christmas. One of the funniest comics in the world, Jimmy Carr.
I'll tell you what no one told me about being a dad. Christmas. Christmas is incredible for dads because it's not just the kids that get a wonderful surprise on Christmas morning when they tear open their gifts. Us dads are sat there thinking, oh, I wonder what we got them. Dads might as well believe in Santa Claus. All we know for sure is we were not involved. We're sat there thinking, oh, that looks expensive. Who got you that? Did I? If you've ever thanked your father for a Christmas gift, you're a fucking idiot.
Is that true? Sometimes.
Yeah, it is in my house.
It is. I mean, sometimes it is true about that. I'm not going to lie to you. But is it always true?
Not always.
Not always. And I bring that up because the ladies of the internet are whining, bitching, and moaning as they do. And there's a new Michelle Pfeiffer movie out. And it's actually, I watched it with my wife. And it's good. Not going to lie to you. It's a good movie. It's a Christmas movie about the fact that she is called Oh, What Fun. And so all of her family comes. Dennis Leary's her husband. They live in this beautiful home. And she competes with the neighbor across the street, right? And they're perfect. And they're trying she wants the perfect life. And they're going to go see like Dancing with the Stars. And they leave her at home on accident. It's kind of like, Home Alone. And she's pissed because all she wanted her kids to do was nominate her for this big thing that's like a talk show, like a Kelly Clarkson talk show where, for the mom of the year for Christmas. And she gets pissed and she kind of has a breakdown, grabs her car and just drives to LA from New Hampshire or something. But it's because moms don't get help, apparently.
I just want everyone to picture a world where women did not make the holidays magical, where women didn't do any Christmas shopping, they didn't do any wrapping, they didn't do any hosting, they didn't volunteer anywhere, they did nothing. Like if the women just did nothing and showed up on Christmas morning, would there be magic? Would it be the most wonderful time of the year for everyone? Or would it just be another day? Or if anything, would it be worse than every other day? Because typically women are also cooking and cleaning and taking care of everyone every single day. I asked this because I saw a video where a girl posted her mom who was crashing out over Christmas. And her mom was crying and she said, I hate Christmas. And in front of her is like a ton of wrapping paper and all of these gifts. And her daughter's laughing. She's hugging her, but she's also laughing.
So the mom's freaking out about this. Okay. And if dads weren't there, the world would fall apart, according to her. And a lot of other, because I went to look, I'm like, okay, is this true? I mean, and all of the women, their lives are all awful.
And all I can think about is how this is always considered the most wonderful time of the year. And yet for so many women, it's actually the most stressful time of the year because they are expected to buy all the gifts and wrap all the gifts and think of everybody, including like the teachers and the grandparents and the bus driver. They're expected to volunteer, right? They are expected to do all of these things. And then the day of, they are hosting, they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're doing all these things. And then everyone else gets to enjoy it, right? It's joyful for everyone else. And when she crashes out or she's stressed or something goes wrong and she's upset by it, people kind of laugh like, oh my gosh, mom's crashing out over here. It's just so funny because I think if we actually thought about it and we said like, what would it look like if women just didn't do Christmas? It wouldn't be very merry.
Okay, first I'm going to say this. For some, that may be true. For a lot, everybody thinks that men are idiots. We're not idiots. We're not. And in this movie with Michelle Pfeiffer, you know what? She overdoes it. She makes it ridiculous. She makes it so over the top. And my wife has a tendency to do that. Her and I were talking about, and I'm like, you know what? If you're so stressed, let's just not do these kind of things. I'm okay with that. The kids getting the Christmas, but like for Thanksgiving or any of these other, there's no reason to get stressed like that. But it's either all or nothing. And there's never anything like, hey, you know what, Dad? Thanks for working 12 hours a day and knocking that rent out, as Chris Rock would say. You get the big piece of chicken. No. None of that. None of that. Dad's outside slaying dragons. And the fact that mom wants to invite 90 people and make her house look like it's Nordstrom's and beautiful in there and smells nice and oh my God, that's just a bit much. It is. And as far as wrapping presents, I will say this. My wife likes to wrap the presents. I am the one, I do a lot of the shopping, but I like to wrap the presents and then she tells me no. And ladies, let's be honest. You tell men a lot of times that want to help. No. Yeah,
I can't rap at all. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I just can't figure it out.
No, I'm not good at it. I think I am. And then I cut it too short.
Yeah, I cut it too short or there's too much.
It's like one side barely covers it. The other side could go all the way back over, but it's too late because I've already taped.
Yeah, that's why I just started buying little gift bags.
Those are smart. Those are smart things to do.
Don't have to worry about wrapping anymore.
Wrapping's women's work.
Here. Here. I like that. Now, do women do a lot of the housework? Yeah, they do. But in the case that a lot of these women are talking about is their job is, this is my house. This is my office. I'm doing this. You go out and do the other things. You go slay the dragons, which I thought was cool. Tom Segura's wife, Tom Segura, one of the great stand-ups, she's talked about since she has a kid. She's like, I don't want to do what he does. I don't want to go all over the world and do stuff like this. That's his job. You go do that now. This is my area. I want to snuggle with the kids. I want to take care of the house. And she's a huge stand-up. She's amazing. But the whole men do, because that's how we portray men. Somewhere along the line, we've decided on television in particular that men are idiots. And even Dave Bargatze's new movie, The Breadwinner. I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for that? So his wife she has a company and she goes on Shark Tank. And she's got to travel and she goes, well, I have kids. And they said, but my husband's going to watch them. Oh, is he here? Yeah. And they bring him out and he's in the green room and he's eating a donut and he comes out and they don't like him because he's eating a donut. Like that was his fault. And they basically call him an idiot. And the whole time in the trailer is he's an idiot. And everything falls apart like Mr. Mom. And those kind of things. It's like, man, we're not idiots. Stand up. Stand up. Yeah, I'm not good at wrapping presents. I always say that too. You know what? We'll go pay for somebody to wrap the presents. How about those apples? No, I want to do it myself. Well, then don't gripe about it. If you want me to help and then I you know what? I will. You never help with the dishes. I do. I did the dishes. Well, I have to redo them. My mom was that way too. Nobody will help my mom with anything. Nobody will ever help my mom with anything because it was never good enough. Ever. You load the dishwasher, she'd take everything out, put it back in. You take them out of the dishwater, put them out, you didn't do it right. You mow the lawn, you didn't do it correct, she'd go back out, you didn't do it right. It's like, Mom, this isn't a putting green. I'm like, this is the problem, right? It's why should I have anybody else do it? I might as well just do it myself. I'm like, okay, go ahead. I don't know what else there is to say. And now it's the same way. When my mother won't even ask for help anymore because she knows. So now she just pays for it to get done. I would like to wrap presents better. I'll watch tutorials. I think I got this. And then I'm like, no, I don't.
I've given up. I cannot figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. But, but this lady's like, well, what would the house look like at Christmas? Well, let me tell you what the house looks like. Our house is decorated pretty good. Like we did a pretty good job. Not like we normally do when we had our old house and stuff, but I have my studio. My studio looks like Christmas threw up everywhere. I have a Christmas village behind me.
Awesome.
That is amazing. I have Santa Clauses all over. I collect Santas everywhere. And it smells like Christmas. I've got lights everywhere. Kid, trust me, when it comes to the fun like that, they're coming to me. They know. Yeah, Family Guy, The Simpsons. The thing about Family Guy is Peter screws up a lot, but he also makes a lot of sense, and she understands that because she's a hot mess. But the men are idiots is who else was that way? Like, you go back and Mayberry, he wasn't an idiot, right? He wasn't. You go back and you look at...
Barney covered that role.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke, he was goofy and funny, but he wasn't an idiot, right? And she was a bit naive. I Dream of Jeannie, it was a bit 50-50. Same thing with Bewitched, because he was always trying to keep everything cool because of his,
Well, and both of those shows were based on them going, don't use your powers, don't use your powers.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Use the hell out of
like,
those powers.
where is my Lamborghini, woman?
I don't want to work anymore, right? What part of this don't you understand? I don't want to do this anymore. Use them powers. But then you got to the 80s and the 90s, and it was just all idiots. Tim the Toolman Taylor, kind of an idiot, even though I liked his show. And then you had, what was the one with Jim Belushi? Super idiot.
No clue. Don't remember that at all.
Yeah, World According to Jim, I don't know. But, like, you start to get to these...
Was Tony Danza a dumbass in Who's the Boss?
No, I don't think he was, because he took care of the house.
Yeah.
Right? He took care of the house. But a lot of... It's just... Guys, we're not like that.
Married with Children kind of set that in stone.
Yeah. Well, it was like 50-50, because both of them were awful to each other, but they were awful to everybody. So that was brilliant. So it was at least 50-50. But it is frustrating. It's like, well, we wouldn't have Christmas. I'm like, really? Like, this thought that, if you disappeared, oh, geez, the kids would never eat. No, we'd all just starve. I love my wife, but she knows, you'd be fine. That's my wife. She knows. She knows. Al Bundy. Yeah, Al Bundy was great. What was the one to the moon, the honeymooners?
Jackie Gleason.
Yeah, was he? Ricky Ricardo was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
But he was Latin. They made him sleep in a different bed.
Well, he was also kind of abusive emotionally.
Yeah, he was. Did you think? I mean, he was no George Bailey, but still. Because unlike that, he never smacked her on television, George.
I don't want to get married. I don't want to stay here in this crummy little town.
He knew enough to wait till the director yelled cut.
By the way, guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. Bell's going to tell you that he doesn't even have to see this movie to know it's awful.
No, Brother Bilal, you got to watch that.
Okay, here it goes. I just saw a full TikTok that's like 5 minutes long of Robert Reich talking about how great it was and how he was great for the working man.
He's an idiot. He's an economic illiterate who can bite my knee.
Bite my knee!
And the reason I don't say bite my ass is because he needed a step stool for that.
Yeah, he would. He's a tiny man. He's a little guy.
Hey, little fella.
He's just a little fella. Just a little fella. Just a tiny whiny guy. All right, coming up, we got our Hot Take Tuesday. Then we're going to talk a little bit about NORAD, what they're doing tomorrow night, how that even came to be. And yes, we're going to replay our Chadmark Christmas extravaganza. It is about 6 minutes of fun and hilarity. All of that still to come. Chad Benson, Super Town, 997. Cleared. It's Tuesday. We never leave this out on a Tuesday. We like to give everybody our hot takes about the things that are going on. Remember, the hot takes that are out there have nothing to do with politics and all to do with fun. Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday. All right, let me give you my hot take. I watched the classic, and it is a classic, guys. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. And what I took away from it, because I went in, the first 48 times going, I can't be wrong. And then I remembered, oh, yeah, it's way worse than I thought. Because George Bailey abuses her, kicks everything. Besides all the whining, he's a drunk and crashes his car. But somehow, because it's the 50s, we're just like, it's no big deal, right? Well, it was a big deal for that 120-year-old tree.
That's the oldest tree in Pottersville.
Absolutely it was. Just to name a few things. Oh, and by the way, nice on the racism. What are you talking about? Yeah. Go see their help. Oh, and let's not forget the child abuse at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, but that wasn't George Bailey's fault.
No, but still, it's all part of the movie. It's all part of the movie. And now that I know Robert Reich is all about it, it's got to be crap. All right, what do you got for us, Ken?
It's wrong to open gifts before Christmas Day. Delayed gratification makes the magic last longer. Christmas Eve hype is nothing compared to the Christmas morning payoff. Can't open them early. I was okay whenever I was a kid, but not now.
You know, like I say, usually the kids get what, and it all depends too, because sometimes like your grandma or your family comes over, they want to see a couple of the presents open because they're not going to be there at Christmas moment. I get that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but if it's just you and the family, no, unless you're giving them horrible, like we used to get, just crappy pajamas. That you're just, here, take these. Never wear these again. Okay. So, because Santa's going to know that you wore them. Oh, I bet he is. So that's about what we would get. But we would open one present. It was always the same. It was always pajamas. Belle, what about you?
I should get as much time off around Christmas when I'm working as I did when I was in school.
I like that. So you get 2 weeks off at school, which is...
If it was 2, I want 2. If it was 1, I want 1. If it was 4, I want 4.
And we said you could totally do that. And there was something about you were like, well, they're going to fire me. Well, you know, again, that's one of those things that you have to deal with. You got to take the good with the bad. You got that time off, but then you don't ever have to work again. So there's that.
Yeah, you need to say the week off with pay.
Yeah. A lot of people today were talking about, because we're talking about Christmas bonuses, a lot of people got a week off with pay as kind of a bonus rather than just handing people money. Because spending time with your family, unless, of course, your family's crazy, is great. I mean, that's a huge win. Having time off with, like, I'm excited because I work a lot. I have I do my other show and a bunch of other things. So having to coordinate everything too, because last year when I first got out here and you guys didn't know what the plan was, we'd already know what the plan was long before. I hate to break the news to you guys. We knew way back when. But I filled in a lot of those days that I actually had off on my other show. So I never really had any days off. So this year it's nice to have some days off.
That's the way to go, Brother Chad.
Yeah. Seeing Donna Reed makes the movie worth watching. Yeah. Is it the part where he shakes her violently and gives her CTE?
I don't want to get married. I don't want to stay here in this crummy little town.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
And then he starts kissing her.
Yeah, what is it? It's like, so wait, first it started, well, that was back in the day, right? When you could slap a woman and then kiss her and she'd be like, oh, thank you so much. And then she'd make you a sandwich. Ladies, does that sound good? Some of you guys out there go, that sounds like a good time. I know who you are. Sound like a liberal not liking that.
This measly little town.
That's why we were talking earlier about Chuck Norris being in there. Chuck would totally just run that town.
Yeah, and just don't give him any lines. Just let him kick people's asses.
All the time, right? Somebody's got, they can't find the $8,000 that Uncle Drunk Ass lost, right? In between the squirrel and the raven or crow that are apparently assistant managers in the bank. In between then, what would he do? Chuck Norris would karate chop him in half.
Oh, yeah.
Karate.
Do a roundhouse kick.
Roundhouse. I like that. That's awesome. Tomorrow night is, was it $1.7 billion now? Christmas Eve. You get 781. It'll probably be closer to 800 million when all is said and done before taxes. Now, if you take the annuity for 30 years, you're guaranteed $1 billion.
No. Too much tax.
Yeah, that's too much. So,
yeah, if you want to take the chance that the government's still going to be around 30 years.
Exactly.
Take it now. But I would do after taxes here, because it's a weird way they tax too. I think they only take we get no tax, but I think it's not the full 35%. It's some, so you're still walking with a good 600 million plus. It's a good day.
That's a good day?
That's a good day.
Dude, I need at least 850 to be comfortable.
Well, for your hideout.
Yeah,
in the
my
woods.
luxury underground bunker.
In the woods.
You hide out in the woods. I'm not saying how do you say you're a serial killer without saying you're a serial killer? I got to hide out in the woods. There you go.
A serial killer wouldn't care about the bunker being luxurious, though.
No.
Yeah, but that's for your pleasure. It's not for your victim's pleasure.
Right, but
the fact that you're watching cable and having a smoothie.
The Unabomber, look at what he lived in.
He was not well.
So you're saying I would be a serial killer that was well?
Well, I mean, he was not well adjusted to anything. If he wouldn't have been a bomber, dude still wasn't well.
I just luxury underground bunker.
Luxury.
Got to have running water.
Well, yeah, you got to have running water. I mean, that's. Have you seen Fallout?
Nope.
On Amazon?
I
should watch
saw
that.
The first episode.
Yeah, that's because they're all in their bunkers.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. It's good. That's a great show. All right, coming up, we're going to do our fun Chad Mark Christmas fun. Plus, tomorrow night, Santa's on his trek. We'll talk about the first place that gets Santa and how soon that's going to be and why NORAD keeps a track of it.
Are you serious, Clark?
I am serious. Very, very serious. Never been more serious, Eddie. I look forward to seeing you. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. So Santa is going to be coming to town. For those of you guys who don't know, he's going to be on his treks. Charlie is very excited about that. And so the trek, though, it gets tracked nowadays. Okay? It does. It gets tracked nowadays. And it's been tracked since the early days, 1955. Now, if he goes NORAD, right? So here's NORAD. So for those of you guys who don't know what NORAD is, this was the height of the Cold War. We were worried about the Soviets, and they were worried about us. And North American Aerospace Defense Commander. So there it is. They're going to track everything when something magical happened on one night.
When this red phone rings, a four-star general or the President of the United States is supposed to be calling.
He is all military, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Terry Van Kuren's dad was base commander at the time.
Dad answers it with his very best military demeanor, Colonel Jaup.
It wasn't the president or a four-star general.
There's this long silence. And this little voice says, "Is this Santa Claus?"
The commander of the Combat Alert Center thinks someone is pulling his leg.
Dad thinks somebody's playing a trick on him, "This is Colonel Jaup, the commander of the Combat Alert Center. Who's this?" And this little voice now is crying. Is this one of Santa's helpers then? So Dad finally figured out this really was a kid.
Yeah, figured it out right then and there. Now, this guy is a by-the-book, no-nonsense cat. But he's also a dad. And he hears that it's a little girl. And he realizes there's been a mistake.
He's made her cry.
Yeah, first of all, but that's one of the mistakes. But there's another mistake that's happened.
So that's the ad there that started it all.
Hey, kiddies, call me direct.
It turns out Sears had put an advertisement in the local paper. Hey kids, give Santa a call. But someone got one critical number wrong.
Roger, Aegis.
The military's defenses were overrun. Colonel Harry Shoup decided if you can't beat 'em, join 'em.
He called the radio station and said, "This is Colonel Jaup, the Combat Alert Center commander, and we have an unidentified flying object. Why, it looks like a sleigh." Well, of course, craziness.
They made a mistake, Sears. First of all, how is it that one number off can get us to NORAD back in the day? How is that? That's a little unsettling.
And it was still a rotary phone.
The thing about what he did was not only did he call the station and realize this was going to happen, he also told everybody in command, "We're going to be getting a lot of calls tonight, and every one of you let them know where Santa Claus is." That dude didn't have to do it, but he did it. And it is, to this day, amazing. Charlie gets so excited because we follow the Santa tracker from when it takes off, which will be tomorrow, midday here, as it goes first to the Christmas Island territories, is where it'll start, off. And then it goes over from Christmas Island over to New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, and then off to Europe and all the other places.
Well, he's got to go to the island of misfit toys.
Well, of course, that's where he starts. He's got to make sure everybody's okay. Who wants a 3-legged stuffed animal?
That's where he dumps his rejects, and then he actually starts delivering.
Hey, look, the elf here that wants to be a dentist. How's that working out for you, elf?
I don't want to make toys, Santa.
Yeah.
I want to be a dentist.
Was it you, Cornelius? Yukon Cornelius?
Yukon Cornelius, go! I like
Who was open carrying, too.
He was open carrying. But it's crazy how little things like that start. Now, so tomorrow, they're already locked in. There are hundreds of volunteers, and it's not just here. It's also they volunteer in Canada because it's that big of a deal now. And they'll be taking thousands. Last year, they had 400,000 calls. They're expecting upwards of 500,000 to 600,000 tomorrow on top of the app.
Awesome.
That is so awesome. Speaking of awesome, kids, we have fun here. You guys know that. That's what we do. That's who we are. That's what we're about. We take the news, we make it fun. But today's been one of those Christmas days. But we've been promising you guys this, that we would do a Chadmark, like a Hallmark play. And we have done it. We have put it all together. The writer, the director, they fought a lot. The producers were always going at it. The actors were tough to deal with on a daily basis. My God. But you know what? Finally, after all of that, we have put it together. And now is the time to sit back and relax as you enjoy one of the great Christmas Chadmark movies / radio shows of all time. The story begins with a young man named Nick. He has a secret. He's the heir to the throne of Santa Claus. But Nick has a problem. Before he can become Santa Claus, he must fall in love and marry. Otherwise, Christmas will be lost forever. Welcome to Tinselton, the small town where it always snows and everyone owns a scarf. And emotional growth happens exclusively between Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. Our story begins with Holly Winters, a single mom, a widow, which is better than a divorcee, and a woman desperately trying not to cry in the seasonal aisle.
Okay, Holly. Coffee, then work, then Christmas shopping, then crying, but quietly.
Mom, you forgot the reindeer marshmallows again.
Emma, we've talked about this. The reindeer marshmallows are $5 more.
But they taste like Christmas spirit.
Christmas spirit tastes more expensive. Hello.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. I'm new in town, and my car got stuck in a snowdrift, size of like a moral lesson.
Then you must be in Tinselton.
He was tall, handsome, wearing a red scarf that somehow glowed with destiny. I'm Nick. Nick Kringle.
Okay.
Are you Santa's son?
No. He was, in fact, Santa's son. And he was, in fact, a terrible liar.
Welcome to the annual Tinselton Christmas Festival. This year's theme, Love is the Reason Santa Hasn't Retired.
In every small town, there are traditions, and in Tinselton, there are opinions, especially about hot cocoa.
Before we light the tree, we must settle the cocoa recipe.
It's too weak.
It's balanced.
Balanced is weak with confidence.
Is this normal?
Last year, they debated marshmallow buoyancy.
I want cocoa so rich it feels like a hug from childhood.
That's chocolate milk with an unresolved issue.
Why don't people just choose how much chocolate they want?
A customizable cocoa bar?
Peace was restored with chocolate. Now back to the matter at hand. Christmas will be gone forever unless Nick gets married. But the marriage must be based in love. Time's getting near. I gotta tell her who I am.
How do you feel, boss? Be honest.
I love her. I do. She's amazing. I mean, is love enough? I mean, the reality is, this isn't a normal kind of relationship. I'm gonna take over for Santa. It's a big deal.
But in these kind of movies, love conquers all. At least until the 26th. So let's go with that.
They've known each other for weeks, but they feel like they've known each other for years. Nick knows he has to tell her the truth.
and she knows she's fallen in love with him. The moment has finally come for Nick to reveal his true identity.
Holly, I need to tell you something. I'm Santa's son, and if I don't find true love by Christmas Eve, Christmas ends.
That's a lot. Most men just say they're emotionally unavailable.
Look, Holly, I know it's a lot, but I'm in love with you. I'm in love with Emma. I love you guys like you couldn't believe. And it's not about saving Christmas. It's about how I feel about you. I couldn't imagine my life without you two. And the Christmas thing's pretty cool too.
You're different, Nick. I can't lose someone again. I'm scared. Nick, I believe in you. I believe in us.
She kissed him. The sky exploded with festive, over-budget magic.
Christmas is saved!
Holly found love again. Emma gained a bonus parent with unlimited toys. And Nick Kringle became the next Santa. Because in Tinselton, love always arrives right on schedule.
Hey, look, there goes the bear with my dad. He's on the sleigh with the elves.
I don't know about this, fellas.
Merry Christmas! Always fun, folks. Always fun.
Holly Winters.
Yeah.
I freaking love it.
Oh, good times indeed. We told you guys we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Darn it, we did it. Tell you that next year, because we were so far behind, normally we'd have done an AI cartoon of this thing just because it would have been so hilarious. So, but we just didn't have time to do it because there's only so much we can do. Oh, man. I tell you what, we're going to be wrapping it up. I saw Griswold's here.
Uh-oh.
Called him Matt Griswold because he got the Gris. I saw something today that was hilarious. Have you seen, you can now have the Christmas vacation car pick you up at some airports.
Oh, yeah.
And this family, they've got one, but you could do it. Was hilarious because the guy was dressed like Cousin Eddie, standing out there waiting for him at like LAX. So great. So fantastic.
Wait a minute. Was it the station wagon or was it the RV?
Station wagon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the RV, the station wagon. So hilarious. All right, coming up, Matt going to come on in, talk about what he's doing on today's fun and festive show. That's straight ahead, Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 997. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ho, ho, ho. Have you been good, Mr. Griswold?
I have not.
I heard you're cursing.
I've been a bad little boy.
I have not.
I have not. You're cursing.
That's okay. Am I cursing? Oh,
well, in the movie you did.
You know, it's difficult to handle National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I know they play it like all the time on AMC and some of these other networks, but it's one of those that I need the cursing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I need it.
Yeah.
You need the cursing.
Especially when they're all walking out. He's all, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. And he just goes, I just love that part. You need some of the things you need the cursing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
I always thought that Seinfeld, I was a fan of Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up, and I know some aren't, but I was. And I always thought Seinfeld was a master at slipping it in. Like, he wasn't one of these bawdy guys, and I can handle all of them, like whatever, Louis C.K. and Segura and, and all, Dane, what's his name? Dane Cook.
Yeah.
But Seinfeld always slipped him in a way that seemed funnier.
Yeah.
Because you don't expect it.
You don't expect it.
Right.
Yeah, you don't expect
That's
it.
kind of, that movie is not, that bad, but, when he gets on it,
when he goes on
Where's
that
the
role, and it's so spectacular.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Where's the Tylenol? Is this your last day?
Yeah, it's my last day, so I'm going to be off until Monday.
Because I was like, if we got another one after this.
I don't even know what else I could do.
Another outfit after this. Did you walk?
No, I drove today.
Oh, come on.
I was going to walk, but kids. I thought there was going to be a
little rain.
And I didn't want the suit to get messed up.
What about the children?
What about the kids?
Have you whitened that beard? I feel like you might have whitened that beard a little.
No, I don't.
It looks whiter in this outfit.
Well, it's the bright red.
It is. Well,
it's part of the magic, man.
It is the magic of the holiday season.
It is. What are you talking about today?
I don't know. I mean, we'll do a little blend of fun, and I'm here tomorrow, so we're holding off on some of the fun. I am going to do. There's a couple of segments. I got to do my Rated R Rudolph segment. where I blast Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I did a little bit of that last week. It's just a horrible show.
Do you know the story of Rudolph, though? How the guy who wrote Rudolph worked for, I think it was Montgomery Ward?
Yeah, it was a Montgomery Ward ad.
And he did it. He wrote it. He was making $5,000 a year. Back then it was about $100,000, but he was bankrupt because his wife was dying of cancer and he was spending every dollar he could. And it went on to become a massive seller. They reshipped it again and again. And a few years later, after it had become a song and the whole 9 yards, one of the VPs there, he asked, I would like to get this to be mine. And one of the VPs goes, okay. And they signed it over to him that day, and he quit working, and he turned it into something massive.
Look at that.
But, yeah, the whole thing about that, I see where you're going, like the way they ostracize him.
Well, the show.
Yeah.
I mean, they ostracize him, and Santa says, "Oh, it's too bad. He's a freak, and he has to, you have to kill him or whatever." And then
I don't remember the killing part.
I mean, well,
I was
basically,
there. I can't
it's
remember
too bad. He had such a great, he was such a great jump too.
Reindeer steaks.
I mean, you may as well. I mean, no. You watch the beginning of the show. It's like you may as well kill Rudolph because we're going to ostracize him and we're going to cast him aside. And they do eventually cast him aside. And I don't understand how he's so different than Fireball with his tuft of blonde pubes on top of his head. You remember that? Fireball, they're playing the reindeer games, and Fireball, hey, Rudolph, and they find out he's got a red nose. And Fireball's got this freakish tuft of hair on top of his head. Nobody said anything about that.
Yeah. Okay, I see where you're going about that.
Anyway.
Well, here's the other thing. You already have... In a regular night, you're not using Rudolph. They don't come back and go Rudolph Part 2 because 3 years later.
Well, right. Well, and I have a difficult time that you have a magical, jolly old elf that has for hundreds, if not thousands of years, taken it upon himself to magically deliver toys to all of the good little boys and girls on one night. And in 1,000 or so years, you haven't come up with a game plan if it's foggy.
Yeah, we had a few game plans. It was different. I don't think people understand how different it was.
I mean,
we did. It wasn't great. We had lights for a while. We had the elves with the candles. That didn't work as well.
Because of the wind.
So we tried a lot of different things, but it helped with the Rudolph thing. But remember, we used Rudolph for like 15 minutes. Once we got out of there, he was sitting in the back with me.
Yeah, just chilling.
Just chilling.
Was chilling in the back with the old Bumble.
It is what it is.
I also, when I was a kid, I remember distinctly being upset or being frustrated because they detoothed the Bumble.
Yes.
Right? And then he wasn't a threat anymore. But then, and they said, well, he's not a threat anymore. Didn't have any teeth. And then they still pushed him over the side of the mountain.
They did.
He's a humble Bumble.
It seemed a little excessive. Yeah. And by the way, I have a beef to pick with Ken Weaver.
Uh-oh.
No.
I do.
With the weave.
Beef with the weave coming up on the Matt Murphy Show. It's about wrapping presents.
Have an amazing and blessed holidays, Christmas and everything else. We'll be back on Monday. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.